Okay, this will be a sort of convenience video. We'll be going through a quick way to increase or decrease a number by a percentage, because this happens a lot. Okay, mainly in financial situations where you want to be able to do this sort of thing in one step, so it's easy to repeat it over and over again. Okay, so here we're trying to increase the number 480 by 45%. And again, the aim is to do this in just one calculation, so in one step. Okay, really the numbers don't matter at all. What's important for you to take away from this is the pattern. Okay, so we're going to draw a blue block here. This will represent 100%, so the whole starting amount. Okay, then we want to increase by 45%. So what we want to think of is this block being enlarged by 45% like that. So we take our 480, that's what we started with, and now the total percentage we've got in front of us must be 145% all up. So by multiplying by that, we should be able to arrive at the result in one step. Okay, now we won't do it just yet. For certain financial applications we'll look at later, it's actually helpful to see this exact same thing in a slightly different format sometimes. So rather than just 145%, we might actually keep the blue and the green bits split up. So we might split it into one whole copy of the original. That's what 100% means. I'm taking one full copy of the original amount, and then we're going to add on to that 45% of the original, or equivalently 0.45. Okay, so it's literally the same thing, okay, but there just will be some situations where keeping those two parts separate might actually be easier to manage, and that's when the 45% bit gets a little bit weird. Okay, now the answer is 696, but again, that doesn't matter too much. It's the pattern you're wanting to learn from this. So now let's change the question to a decrease. We'll decrease by 20% this time. So we'll start with the same 480, but something different happens to him. We'd be thinking of eating into that blue bar. We're imagining taking out that red 20% now, so that means that only 80% would remain. So again, to get the result in one calculation, we could just take 80% of 480 and be done. Okay, but we'll do the same thing we did before again, where we keep the blue and the red bits kind of separate in the calculation. So again, we would start by taking one whole copy of what we started with. Okay, that blue one, that never changes. It's always number one. Okay, but this time, rather than add a percentage, we're subtracting the 20%, which we're going to put in there as 0.2. So again, that's literally the same thing. Okay, this time we get, 384 or something. Okay, but the important thing is an increase or decrease by a percentage. Okay, always works the same way. In one calculation, you're just multiplying by a number representing one whole copy of what you started with a percentage added or subtracted to it at the end. Okay, so that's all for this one. Thanks for watching. It's going to help make our lives a lot easier later on. Okay, see ya.